days. Make tears go away. Sun shines on my face. When you're here, when you're with me, yeah. You and me, and you in a teenage dream. Living free, coming through like it's supposed to be. In a teenage dream. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. You and me and you in a teenage dream. Having fun, being dumb like it's supposed to be. In a teenage dream. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Surprise, God. You know what makes me scared at night. We can stay inside for days, but sometimes we stay out way too late. Ooh, we tell each other everything. The secret's so embarrassing. We couldn't tell nobody else. That's why we keep it to ourselves. BFFs for life. Feel so good inside. I'm yours and you're mine. Always there, always with you, yeah. You light up my days. Make tears go away. Sun shines on my face. When you're here, when you're with me, yeah. You and me and you in a teenage dream. Living free, coming through like it's supposed to be. In a teenage dream. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. You and me and you in a teenage dream. Having fun, being dumb like it's supposed to be. In a teenage dream. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
I don't even wait for the promo to be over. This is BattleHawk special live. I am the one, the only, the loudmouth of MMW, or no, XFL, STL. Will, you're like all goofy looking tonight, Will.
Yeah.
I am dirty and sitting right over there. I'll fix it. Just relax. Sitting right over there is my partner in crime, the one, the only, from In the Zone Network, the one, the only, the A-Train himself.
Arlington Lane is here.
And sitting right there next to him, who was just like all blacked out and crazy looking. The one, the only, the great one, Will. What's up, buddy?
Doing good.
So, boys, let's get to it, man.
Yeah.
We were just at. Here we go. I fixed it. There we go. You gotta love. You know, it's funny because we were just at the meet and greet with Coach Hayes.
Correct.
Which, Will, you were there. Arlington, you showed up late.
Yes, I did.
It started pouring.
Yeah.
So you really couldn't hear a lot of what Coach Hayes was saying.
Yeah, at one point, you couldn't hear anything.
Right, yeah. So, but as you see it, me and Arlington are rocking our XFL battle shirts. BattleHawks, Will.
I'm walking the BattleHawks hat.
Yes.
Right. So, I mean, we literally have a lot to talk about because the little bit that we could hear of Coach Hayes, and it wasn't against anything with the XFL and the BattleHawks. It was just, you know, with the glass ceiling at Midwest
Ballpark Village.
Yeah, Ballpark Village that you really couldn't hear a whole lot.
Right.
But a lot of interesting things that Coach Hayes said.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of interesting. We did ask a question, and then Mark Taylor. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it, pal.
Hey,
good dude.
He's a thorn in your side, man.
He goes. Anybody got a question? I raise my hand. He goes, Jesus. He goes, I gotta screen your question. I'm like, I'm not gonna ask anything crazy. He's like, I'm still screening it. I'm like, all right. So me and Will came up with the question: is Coach Hayes, how do you feel of your place in the draft?
Mm-hmm.
You know, Arlington, me and you talked a lot about the draft last night.
Yeah.
And Will, would you like to say what Coach has said about where our place is in the draft?
He said he felt pretty good about it.
Right.
Even though we're late in the first part for the skills, for the quarterback, running backs, wide receiver, tight end, we're actually quite early for the big guys, the offensive line, the front seven. And even though we're in the secondary, we're kind of late too. I have a feeling that Tim Lewis, the former Birmingham Iron coach and the secondary coach for our BattleHawks, they'll be just fine there. And then first for everything else, though more likely they're probably going to start quickly. I wouldn't be surprised to take a kicker first because that's where you need to get your special teamers.
Right. And Will, would you like to tell my extreme colleague here, my co-host, the A-Train Arlington Lane from In the Zone Network, which this is a joint production with One Universal Productions, who Coach Hayes said his first pick was going to be in the XFL draft?
You.
Yeah, Arlington. I'm the first pick of the St. Louis BattleHawks.
God almighty.
What are you going to say about that one, Arlington? John Turner, David Bennett.
If Coach Hayes decides to make you the very first pick, we got a big problem. The 10-0 record is going to be in jeopardy.
Yeah, I definitely do not want to get a tattoo of the Renegades on my ass.
Exactly, man. So now I'm like, come on, man.
No, I mean,
God almighty.
what are you going to say about it was really cool. You know, and Coach Hayes asked, they had a lot of questions that they got from Twitter and stuff like that.
And Instagram as well.
And Instagram as well. And, I mean, you know, they were just all kept, you know. And, I mean, Arlington, what you ended up getting stuck late at work.
Yeah.
And then you had some XFL stuff you had to take care of
Yes,
for
I
us
did.
before you got that there. But it was quite impressive to me, like when we were talking to like the different guys, how much they said they really appreciated everything that we've done for the XFL and the St. Louis BattleHawks. Now, I thought it was great. I really appreciate it. What was your take? What's your take on that? To know that we are literally the grassroots formation.
It's good because, unfortunately, like other sports, they probably wouldn't really look at us that much, but they are liking what we're doing. We're spreading the word, and it's pretty much up from going from here.
Right, yeah. Arlington, with having the In the Zone and us having the One Universal production. Well, I mean, what do you think of that? Because, I mean, like I said, we had talked to them, and they were like, hey, man, we appreciate everything you guys have done for us. You guys have done a great job. We appreciate it. We love it.
Yeah.
I mean, what's your take on it?
I think that we are, the grassroots movement is where they told us this at the showcase.
Right.
That this, and I got this from Stephanie. We got this from Commissioner Oliver Luck, and then we've gotten it from Kurt Hunziker. We've got it from the 3 top heads as a part of media, part of the league itself, and then the team president of the BattleHawks have all told us that they're going to look forward to us as well, along with the local media. But we're going to be the ones that's going to push it out because that we are the ones that's so passionate about it.
Right. And I mean, it's great. And then they had who was the guy that was there? Trey Brown,
the director of player personnel.
Right.
So he was
formerly
there
of the Philadelphia Eagles when they won the Super Bowl, and also he's the son of that former St. Louis Cardinals running back.
Right.
Theodis Brown.
Will, one more time, Will, say who that guy is again and where he was from.
He was part of the player personnel that actually helped put together the Philadelphia Eagles team that actually won the Super Bowl.
Right.
And he's also the son of former St. Louis football Cardinal running back Theodis Brown.
So now, if you're talking a guy that came from the No Fun League to the XFL, what does that tell you about this product?
That they're going to be drafting well.
That they're going to be drafting well, and that they believe that this is going to last.
Yep.
In my opinion.
And also, the one thing that they discussed with each other, that they actually known each other for a while, because Coach Hayes and and Theodis Brown, his father, they actually played together.
Right.
And he actually known him when he was, like, probably, I'm trying to remember, like, maybe
What's up, Boggy?
a little bit after he was born.
Right.
So that relationship is, like, long and good.
So, I mean, it was really interesting because, like I said, with the question that we asked about the draft, and we asked Coach Hayes, how do you feel about your spot in the draft? He was like, hey, I really like it. He goes, we're in a really prime spot. So it was really good to see Coach Hayes finally in the community in St. Louis. And, the turnout, what? What would you guys say? Will, when we were there, there's what, 200, 250?
Something like that. It's hard to tell with how Ballpark Village is.
Well, yeah, because it's so goofily set up.
Like
what's up, Bobby Sean?
They got that one area where the stage is. Then they have that one area with all the crescent moon booths. I basically call them right in the middle.
Right. Yeah.
The television. So it's kind of hard. Like, I know when it's usually full for Cards games, Blues games.
Yeah.
Right.
Way. Yeah.
Like, you even have.
Which, let's go Ottawa.
Shut up.
Don't do that. And usually they have some people. None of the restaurants or deals were available upstairs.
Right. Yeah.
But it was a good turnout.
Yep.
Right. A very good turnout.
Especially with the rain.
Yes.
Oh,
exactly.
my God. Yeah, because you had texted and said, hey, man, I'm dealing with this BattleHawk stuff. It's starting to rain. I'll be there as soon as possible. When you got there, it had just kind of gotten over.
Yeah.
And, there were still a good 150 people there.
And I got a chance to talk it over a little bit with Coach Hayes.
Right.
And then got a chance to talk with Kurt and to hear about his number 1 draft pick, Dirty himself.
That's right, baby.
But
baby, right here.
But we had talked about some things about what to look forward to. Kurt did say that the scheduling will be coming up soon.
November.
Yeah, so that is coming up. And then, of course, you got the mini camps right after the draft. And then, of course, in December, we got the training camps. And then January, we'll have the big, I think December and January. And then January was the big scrimmages. And then they'll have in February, of course, was the games.
Well, and then, we met the media director.
Yeah.
Content director tonight.
Yep.
He was the guy. And then Will had mentioned that he was the one that posted about the draft round 4 or phase 4 of the draft,
right?
Which had Jeremiah Spicer, and actually,
our guy Jeremiah,
he was giving a lot of love to our man Jeremiah Spicer.
And ever since he's been hired, especially the last few days, that Twitter account has been
blowing up,
and more with the community. Like, I know probably at the start it was just some probably random guy in Connecticut running all the Twitters. Then each team have their own guy now finally.
Right, exactly, Will. You're absolutely right for some. So it's amazing to see just from, Arlington, like I said, me and you kind of started this in December. And then we really kicked it off in February.
Right.
We added Will in, April?
Yep.
So from April to now to see the progression, literally next week, we will have a team.
Yep.
Here in St. Louis.
An official team
with players.
With players.
We will know who they are.
Yep. With coaches.
And be paying attention to XFL STL talk show. Be paying attention to
Alliance XFL.
Alliance XFL. Be paying attention to St. Louis BattleHawks on Facebook.
Yep.
Be paying attention to the official St.
XFL.
Louis BattleHawks page.
Yep.
Because there's something big that's going to be happening next week. We can't say.
No, we can't.
We can't say.
Can't say it.
But
Unfortunately.
something big. You will see something big. A big announcement next week.
Yeah,
on the show.
I'm excited about it. I
mean,
I can't be more excited about
and
it.
the best part about it is, guess what? It's going to be live right here on XFL STL Talk Show. So just be paying attention.
Yeah.
Because we'll talk about it next Wednesday.
Yeah.
Will we not?
We are. We're going to talk about it.
Now, you won't be able to join us, though.
I know if we do something Thursday, I won't be able to. I have a prior engagement.
Yes.
And technically, it's actually my birthday week next week.
Shit. Happy birthday to our man, Will.
Yeah, I have my birthday's next Friday. I turned 32. I actually feel pretty good for that age.
Yeah.
You're a fucking baby compared to me.
Yeah, so
God.
Gonna be fun, and somehow now weather's finally here, and
God, I'm really not looking forward to that.
You're not?
No.
Why not?
Because I was too busy thinking about the summer, man. You know what I'm saying?
Think about it, bro. Think about it, brother.
Yeah.
Now that the fall's here, we're 18 weeks away?
Yep. We sure
18 weeks away?
Yep.
We're 4 days away from having a team?
A full-fledged team.
A full-fledged team, something that St. Louis has not had in 5 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, about
2015, right? You got to think about it. The last time we had talked about football, football,
it was like 2016.
But that's what I'm saying. We are going to have a full-fledged team.
Yeah. So
on the 16th.
And speaking of which, we talked about
What's up, Jeremiah? There he is. All right, so somebody just asked us right now, so let me scroll up to it. Tom Alvashon, what position will be picked first? Well, Tom Alvashon, if you're an idiot, which you are, you didn't listen.
Really?
Jonathan Hayes said his first pick in the draft is going to be this guy right here. I am the number one. I've been picked for first a few times, but to be picked number one.
You got to talk to the lawyers about this one, man.
That's right. But I will be the number one pick for the St. Louis BattleHawks.
God, we got to talk to
them. I hope I'm not the first picked.
Well, I didn't see your name on those draft lists.
If Coach Hayes picks me first, I will come on the air the next day and I will blast him. Just saying, Coach Hayes.
But honestly, of course, there's going to be a skill-based player. And believe it or not, NFL Draft Diamonds.com put out a mock draft of sorts. And believe it or not, the person that they were looking at was somebody that he likes very much.
Oh, would you like to say who it is?
Oh, God, it's Trent Richardson of Alabama, man. It's like, really?
I'm not sure he's going to last a number 6.
Really?
Yeah, see?
But
you thought I was lying.
But the thing was, I was looking at the mocks, and they had a guy for L.A., Roel from Air Force. I'm like, if they get him, man.
It's not going to be.
Oh, it's going to be nuts.
It's not going to be.
No, I know. It was a mock draft, but it was still the excitement I'm getting off of it.
I know,
dude. Like, it's just downing me if they did get him.
I'm pretty sure both the Texas teams are going to select wide receiver in the first round. That's no doubt.
So it was funny. It's like, so the way he did the mock draft, he put in what he thought was going to be the tier 1 quarterbacks and put them all listed in.
Right, yeah. And who do you say? Let's talk about who he said for St. Louis.
Yeah, it was Trent Richardson.
No, for the quarterback. Who do you say for St. Louis?
Brandon Silvers.
Yes.
The former Memphis.
And we have said that. We have said that it would be smart. And I mean, Will had posted it saying that it would be smart for them
to get Brandon Silvers,
to pick Brandon Silvers, because it would it's a guy that's recognized in St. Louis in the Midwest, and it would put asses in the seat.
And there's some other people too. Like, I know Connor Cook was on the list. It's kind of hard to tell are the quarterbacks that some of them have been highlighted, because on the so far on social media, it was him. You got BJ Daniels.
Yeah.
And it's kind of confusing. Are they not tier 1? Are they tier 1? And today they had Tyree Jackson, who was recently got cut. And and that one who got cut a few weeks ago with NFL cut downs. And so far he's the only one that we know so far from those cuts that has been part of the XFL. And he should probably be a tier 1.
6'7", 246. I'm saying, you go ahead and make that happen.
Exactly.
I forgot to mention they're also going to do an XFL supplemental draft.
Exactly.
So that's going to also happen. In November. So there'll be extra players going on. So 70 players, 70 rounds, the phases. So I actually got confirmation of how everything is supposed to be translated.
Why don't you talk about that?
Basically, what it's going to be is you're going to have 10 rounds of phase 1. It's not going to be like what you saw. If you saw the diagram for the snake draft,
correct.
It's going to be the snake draft, and then it's going to be 10 phases of just that first 10 rounds of that first phase.
Right.
All skill players are going to be in the first phase, just how you saw it there.
Correct.
So that's going to be interesting to see how well that plays out.
Well, I got other big news too. I got to tell you. So keep going.
Okay, we got more big news.
Yeah, you're gonna love this one. Trust me.
All right, so we have 10 rounds of that, and then of course the next phase will be the offensive lineman.
Yep.
There'll be 10 rounds of that.
Yep.
And then you have the defensive front 7.
That'll be 10 rounds.
10 rounds, and then you have the defensive backs. That'll be 10 rounds, and then the last part is
30.
30 rounds.
30, and Kurt said that's going to be crazy. Kurt said that's going to be crazy.
90 seconds per pick.
I mean, it's just going to be going and going and going and going and going and going and going.
And one thing
there you go, Steve. We'll give you a cacao, brothers, cacao, baby.
Speaking of that, I'm glad you brought that up. We told Coach Hayes about that. He said, "Hey man, have you ever heard about the cacao?" He said, "I haven't heard nothing about that." I was like, "Come on, man, for real? Are you serious?"
Well, Coach Hayes has been dealing with his son in the
right,
NBA, so
that's true.
Let's give Coach Hayes some credit, Arlington.
Yes, I'll give him a break.
Give him a break, damn it,
I'm pretty
Arlington.
sure he doesn't know some of the stuff between BattleHawk fans and Viper fans that are going on Facebook. The Facebook group.
All he's worried about is them bums out there in that one city.
You talking about L.A.
What? There's a city out there in California called that?
No, yes, there is.
No, is there?
Yes.
And they have a crappy team called the Sissy Cats?
I wish you'd stop at that, man. I wish you would.
Winston, you're going down.
Now, I'd rather you say that.
Jeremiah Spicer, welcome to the BattleHawks, baby. It's going to be great to have you here in St. Louis.
I am really nervous when it gets down to when they start doing the front 7.
And we have the third pick in the first part of that.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting because
if Spicer does go in that first round of that phase.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got to look at it.
Or Sean Oakman, that's another.
Yes. Somebody gonna go after him first. Yeah, and is Ronald Ollie? Was he on the offensive line or
he's D tackle?
Somebody would grab him.
Now, Stephen, the open tryouts. They've already had open tryouts.
Yes.
But they were saying they were speculating maybe of doing some more tryouts in I think it was November or December or January.
For that supplemental draft.
Yeah, for the supplemental draft. So you'll just have to go to you have to go to xfl.com to find out when that is. Or I'm sure that when we know, we'll post it out there so you'll be able to see it that way.
And it's also it's supposed to be a Spring League showcase.
Yeah,
yes, there is going to
be
late November.
Was it in the South or was it in South?
It's in Miami.
Yeah, it's in Miami.
That's
where you can buy a ticket right now for $10.
I don't think it was going to be at Hard Rock, but I'm still.
I'm just saying you can buy a ticket if you want to go to that non-fun league. Yeah. You can buy a ticket for $10 for Miami.
That's a shame, man. It looks a very nice
stadium. I saw it when I was on vacation.
Cruise, right?
Great stadium.
And I'm kind of wondering now because with today's release players for that secondary round, where does Matt Elam go? When does he get picked? Because he was announced today.
That's right.
Yeah, and we had talked to Coach Hayes, and we're like, how are you feeling? And, we talked to Kurt and saying, how are you feeling about this? It's becoming more and more real. And they were just like, on the 16th, it will officially sink in for us that it's real.
Yeah.
Because we will have players.
Yep, sure will.
And then probably pretty soon they'll probably have meet greets with the players. And One thing that I'm hoping soon that they start selling on their site is the actual football.
Thank you,
system.
Wyatt.
I want to know when the footballs come out.
Oh, you want the actual? Hey, what they said was, I think it was confirmed that the footballs are going to be brown, not going to be black.
They're not going to be like they were.
Hey, don't get me wrong, folks. I love the old.
Well, thank
black
you. We
and red.
appreciate that you saying that we're doing the Lord's work there, Stephen.
The old black football will not be a part of this.
Yeah, the old black and red will
They
not.
had to sand those suckers for them to work. There's no way they're going to bring them back.
Right, so they're going to bring back the brown football, what it's you see in college football, and of course the No Fun League, as Dirty has just said. But there will be a X stripe at the end of the football.
Yes.
So and that'll be red, white, and blue.
Right.
And so I think they went through 5 shades of brown.
Yes.
During the tryouts,
and there were some different textures.
Yeah.
On some of them. I'm trying to figure it will be the same old or will it be one of the different ones? Because some of the players say when they're just like they actually got a better grip with the ball with that different texture on the ball.
Exactly.
Yeah, there was a lot of players saying that the grip of the ball was a lot better. And now, Obashona talked about Mettenberger. Now, Mettenberger's on there. I mean, he is invited to the draft.
Yes.
But he still might be one of those tier 1 players.
And here's my thing. I'm thinking that anybody that's going to be in the draft is any quarterbacks that are
But
in
hold
the,
on. So Brandon
pools.
Silvers, though, got an invitation to the draft.
Right. And I'm thinking that
You're
anybody
saying
that's,
he might not be. See, I could see Brandon Silvers being a tier 1 quarterback.
but if that's the case, what Landry Jones actually participated in the showcase, right?
Yeah, he was.
Oh,
at the
yeah,
Dallas-
okay.
Well, our showcase
Dallas
man right here,
one, and then
we'll go for it.
The only one, because we're hearing rumors, especially on Discord from XFL Newsroom, that maybe Johnny Manziel might. It's rumored, but we'll see what happens next week if he is one of the tier 1s. So
Yeah. Because I'm thinking that they already have been selected. That's what my
Right.
mind is. I'm not saying that they are because I think about them being in the pool, but then again, I'm like they could be possible tier 1s, but I'm like I don't think they are because if you're in the pool, you're in the pool.
But Brandon Silvers was in the pool.
Right, Menberger was in the pool.
Mettenberger's
Connor Cook was in the pool.
Connor Cook. But and
Tyree Jackson.
those guys have all been mentioned as tier 1 quarterbacks.
Right, that's just as a rumor for potential
Right.
quarterbacks. Landry Jones has already been labeled. See, he's been labeled as a guy that's been signed by the XFL.
But okay, so
He's
here's
not
my thing with Landry Jones. Landry Jones actually played an entire season with the actually almost played 2 whole seasons with the Steelers.
been- right. Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Where Mettenberger played 1 year with the Titans, and then they drafted Mariota.
Yeah, that was it was somebody else.
No, it was Mariota.
Yeah, it was Mariota.
Right.
You're right.
So
You're right.
I mean, if you really look at it, Landry Jones has a name because of the team he played on.
Yeah.
The Steelers.
That's true.
So,
and
I mean-
plus, he played at Oklahoma. Come on,
Right,
man.
he played at Oklahoma. Now, I could see Mettenberger being one of those tier 1 players.
I don't know, man. Because here's my thing: when he played in the Alliance, he was very awful. I'm sorry, he was not great. He
Maybe
wasn't.
that's why they drafted Marcus
Mariota.
Mariota,
I mean, even when he was playing
who's not very good.
when he was with Memphis, they
Very
had to go
stiff.
to Brandon Silvers. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
Brandon Silvers actually was a better quarterback than
I agree.
Mettenberger. So I'm like, at this point now, how would you sit there and tell me that Menberger is a tier 1 material?
And will there be a situation with the original XFL? Because remember, Tommy Maddox was not actually the drafted quarterback. He was the backup, and then
Right.
he had his successful career after the XFL and just became the star of that.
Right.
Right. So, I mean, that's the question. You're talking that first round. Oh, there are some surprises ahead, Jarrett. You are absolutely 100% there are some surprises ahead. And before we leave this show tonight, which we're probably, because we're not going to do a very long show, which is probably going to be in the next 5 to 10 minutes, we're going to wrap this up. The XFL STL BattleHawk Live talk show has a very big announcement for you guys.
You gonna do it now? Or you gonna wait till the end of the show?
I was thinking about doing it now, but what we're gonna do, what I think, I was gonna say let's take a quick little break.
Why?
But no, we are sponsored by Joni's Pizza to Go right down there at 804
You
Russell,
don't have a thing anymore?
right here in St. Louis. I do. It's somewhere. Where to go? We checked out it last night.
I know what I'm saying, right?
Here it is, here it is.
Give it to me. I want it.
There.
Thank you, sir. All right. Oh, and then you gave it to me all.
I did. I gave it to you all jacked up. Joni's Pizza to go. Go check them out. 804 Russell right there in Soulard. 314-586-5800. And you can go check out Kylie's with Unicorn Pearls right there on Facebook. Go check her out. You can check out iCasey with 3Ys live on Twitch. Right there for all your streaming needs. Go check out who's our Grocery Bags with a Z. Grocery Bags with a Z. Just because the barbecue season's over doesn't mean you can still go get all of your great spices going to grocerybags.com.
Fall time is great for barbecuing too.
Great spices. One Universal Production has its own best-selling author, the one, the only, Linda Brown. Go check her out. She announced last night on the MMWA show that she is releasing a new book.
Mm-hmm.
We will talk about that on Tuesday at OneNationNetworkTV.com and on Facebook. And don't forget the beautiful, historic South Broadway Athletic Club.
I can't wait, man.
October 12th, we have a big show right there.
But a big
go check it out.
card, man.
Big card. Right, so, back to what we were saying.
Yes.
Here's the thing. Even though you still might be a tier 1 quarterback,
right,
you could possibly still lose your job to somebody.
So then, if that's the case, what is your salary going to be? You ever thought about that?
Well, I guess if you're a tier 1 quarterback, you're getting a $250,000 salary.
My thing is, whoever is going to be labeled as this top quarterback for each squad, how are you going to determine who is going to be the guy that gets paid $60,000 per game, or who's going to get paid $50,000
right?
a game?
I agree with you.
Who's get the less of the $25 per game?
Right.
Which, if you really look at it, folks, 10 games at $25,000 is still great money. That's more than I would get.
Listen, I'll go do it. I'll go take a hit for 60 fucking grand for 10 years for 10 games, bro. You kidding me?
You taking more than one hit, brother.
I don't care. I'll go do it for 60 grand, bro. You're telling me you wouldn't?
No, I'm good, man. I need my body, and my body ain't even.
I ain't worried about my body.
I'm not football ready for that.
Well, listen, I'm not football ready either. But guess who the number 1 pick is of the St. Louis BattleHawks? This guy right here. I'm not ready, but I'll be ready come February 8th.
I'm really looking forward to the.
Thanks
schedule.
for tuning in, Ron Willis. We appreciate it.
I'm really looking forward to the schedule.
Which that will be announced in November, right, Will?
Say that again.
The schedule will be announced in November.
Then there also should be the helmets, the uniforms,
yep,
a lot of other stuff. And also November, for people that live in Jefferson County like I do, there will be a meet and greet in Arnold at Hot Shots.
That's right.
And
also, what's mentioned was there will be single game tickets.
Yes,
will be coming out soon as well. So,
that's all we can say about that.
Yes,
because we're still working out details.
Yep, still working them out.
Season game tickets.
But that, and then they're getting everything together for. Of course, the draft. And then, can we say where the next spot they're going to be at? Or that's what we talking about?
No, that's that special.
Okay.
That we can't say until Wednesday after the draft.
After the draft?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Because we'll broadcast that night of the draft.
That's right, we are.
Right. And then we can announce where it's going to be.
Wednesday. All right.
Yeah.
Sounds
but
good to me.
Are you ready? But what we can announce.
Okay.
What we can announce. Is thank you to every single one of you people that have joined us, that have liked our page, that have followed us. We have hit 1,000 likes. We are at 2,200 complete likes, followers, and even with the official St. Louis BattleHawk page, we are over 5,200 something members total for the page. So thank you to all that. You know the bet that my big mouth got me into, that I would get a tattoo.
Yep, and he didn't think it would happen,
I didn't think it would happen, but to you guys, thank you guys for making it happen. Yes. And here it is. If you're a tattoo artist, or you know a tattoo artist that wants to do the tattoo, you sponsor the tattoo, and the St. Louis BattleHawks, the official XFL St. Louis BattleHawks, will come out and broadcast the tattoo live as I'm getting the tattoo. On top of the XFL STL show, but the official St. Louis BattleHawks will come out and do a makeshift meet and greet with you guys at your tattoo studio while I get my tattoo. That is what Mark told us. Did he not, Will?
Yes. One quick question about this.
Yeah.
Are you gonna get it as it is on the shirt? Or are you gonna have it upside down saying STL?
No, I'm gonna have it as.
No,
it
you
is
gotta
on the
have it
shirt.
as is,
Okay.
man.
I'm gonna have it
You can't
as
do it.
in on the shirt.
You can't
So
have it upside down.
thanks to Mark who offered to say, hey, if you do it, you tell them we will come there and we will broadcast it live also on our page.
Thank you, BattleHawks, for this.
No,
Thank you, BattleHawks.
no,
BattleHawk fans, thank you.
no,
Yes.
dude, no. So I mean, that's really everything that was discussed at the meet and greet tonight.
Yep.
Am I right, Will?
Mm-hmm.
Arlington?
Yes.
Right?
Indeed,
So with that being said, I am Dirty from One Universal Production. Sitting right across from me is the one, the only from In the Zone Network, the A-Train himself.
Arlington Lane, baby. And the greatest contributor.
That's right. Of XFL,
greatest
STL,
contributor,
Talk Show,
baby.
the one, the only.
Will Freeman.
We will see you guys next Wednesday, and tune in next Wednesday because we have a very, very big announcement. We will see you guys later.
Yes, indeed.